Hey folks, Green Stuff Gav here. We're back with another unit for the Blood Angels army. Now we've done a character, we'll go back to doing a squad. Now we'll only do one squad, but you can see here I've got both sets of scouts we received in the unboxing. So I'll basically show you prep and painting of one squad, but both are going to be near enough identical. We can see here, this is the guy that we actually received his arms separate because that's been snapped off. So we're going to try pinning that. So, blue tack there. But first of all, we need to get these guys paint stripped. So we've got a jar of isopropyl and we'll get them prepped. So first things first, we're going to just break these off the bases. We're going to be very careful, try and retain the bases, but easy. We're going to do that for all these guys. Blue tack. Got his hands, got to make sure we keep that safe. Let's try and clear some of this blue tack off. Now we can see there's some basing material left here, so I'm just going to skim that off as well. You tend to find, especially with older models, it's easy enough to just scoop them off, so we'll do that as well. These guys have got full basing. Really nice paint job, to be fair. I'm going to be fairly similar with the paint scheme. Oh, broke that one. Bin. So yeah, we're going to be fairly similar to the paint scheme. See, we've got the tag we were discussing last time. We'll cut that off after it's been stripped. Now, for multi-part minis, I know this scout, this heavy, is a multi-part. What we try and do, we try and break the minis down. Thankfully, that's easy with this guy, because that will help us get paint stripping. 1 jar of isopropyl alcohol, and they all go for a swim. Make sure I get that hand. You see, they're all covered up. They're all going to go in there. Shake them around, make sure they're all submerged. And they're going to sit there for a day or two. These guys have been in for a day. And you see we're just going to pull them out and give them a rub. Now, isopropyl alcohol, obviously, unlike last time, I'm wearing gloves because this stuff will it isn't good to get all over your hands. I couldn't remember. I know Dettol will use kitchen roll, but ISO, old toothbrush, rub-a-dub-dub. See all that paint just coming straight off. Now, I'm doing this footage at normal speed, and I'll do a couple more at super speed, but same process for everyone. Give them a rub. Dab it with the paper towel just to make sure all the paint's coming off. And yeah, give it a good scrub.
The good thing with isopropyl alcohol is this works for plastics as well, although these guys are all just metal. So now we can see some build-up that isn't quite coming off, so I tend to just dip the toothbrush back in the ISO, and that'll let us help get the last bits off. Now they could go into a second bath of isopropyl with a clean brush if you wanted them to get nice and shiny clean, but we're going to be painting these, so a bit of discoloration isn't the end of the world. Quite a straightforward process, really. So we can see there's a little bit left in the gaps there, so another scrub, tap it off with the kitchen towel. Yeah, this guy's come up really well. Just move him into the light a bit so you can see properly. Yeah, and super speedy our way through because we've got 10 guys, and it's literally the same process for everyone. Scrub both sides, dab it with the kitchen towel, and then go back and check all the paint's come off. Yeah, they'll come out really well. Works, although obviously with plastics you want to be careful not to snap bits off, but metal work, you'd be hard pressed to damage it. Yeah. So got the bases. We go in, we clip off all the bits of channel supports, and take a file and just clean up any mold lines that are going about. Now I've drilled all the bolters on the tactical marines, but these guys is their suppressors are quite solid lumps, so I don't actually have a drill bit the right size. Now you can see here we're going to clean up this Sarge's arm as well. Once we've got all the rest of the mould lines done, we'll get that pinned. You can see, quite straightforward. Especially things like shoulder pads, get them nice and smooth. Double super glue straight onto a base. Easy. Now we follow the pinning video I did a while back. You know, drilling a hole, we'll put a paper clip through. The only problem here is I grabbed the wrong size paper clip, so it looked like it fit, and you see here I'm trying to sort of finagle it in, and it's just not going. Turns out it's too big a pin, so I actually go back afterwards and fix it up properly, but didn't video that. See, very carefully drilling into the hand as well, so you can get the hand pinned in place. Once I find the right size paper clip, I go back and drill the hand out as well. So we'll see in a minute, we just glue this power sword in place, but I go back and pin it properly afterwards. Now I knew the one squad had a heavy bolter, this squad doesn't, so I gave him a power sword just to give him a bit extra punch in combat. Could potentially have done a power fist, but that would have looked a bit not quite right. Yeah, easy as that. Now these guys have all had a spray in Colour Forge's matte black. I'm just going to paint Sarge, but the same technique will go for everyone. So we're starting with Word Bearer's red. Just nice thin coat over all the armour plates. Trying to keep it neat and tidy, although it doesn't really matter that much. So you're getting things like the van braces. I was going to do shoulder pads, and I remembered he's a sergeant. Sergeants have black shoulder pads in Blood Angels. Now I was debating leaving all the clothwork black, but instead I decided to go for wire flesh, which had run out, so I've got a fresh pot. Need to add some thinner to this pot. So I pick all the cloth bits out in wire flesh. That'll help sell this, because they're going on goblin green bases, help sell the slightly more infiltratory role these guys have. I still leave all the boots and gloves black though. So Deathclaw brown, we're going to pick some of the all the skin bits out. Just going careful again. We also pick the hair out because, as we saw on the tactical squad, all the blood angels, are going to be blonde because follow Sanguinius, their Primarch. Let's pick out the chest eagle because that's yellow. And then out comes Lead Belcher to pick out things like pipework and all the metal bits. So I pick out all the crack grenades, belt buckle, bit of detailing around the pistol, although most of the weapons stay black. And those funky ridges on the back. Now that's had time, we've got some Memphis Stone Red. We're going to just pick all the armor plates out. Same as the rest of the army. Could theoretically go for a darker red, but I think being consistent with the colours is probably the best bet for these guys. Just going careful, and like I say, where this is a second coat, quite thin, not going all the way to the edges gives us a nice shading. Again, picking out all the details. The skin goes up to Bestial Brown, I think. The next brown up, which is Deathclaw. So we actually started with Scrag, now up to Deathclaw. And picking out all the yellow bits as well. So we take Muriel yellow, mix that in while it's still wet on the palette. And then all the yellow bits get a highlight. And the hair gets a wet brush effectively. Same as dry brushing, but with more paint. When this dries, we'll go up again. But in the meantime, another layer of wire flesh on the trousers. Again, because it's the same colour, we're using translucent paints. Layering it properly gives us some highlights, but still keeps quite a subtle colour. This is Thondia Brown. I know all the rest of the army has a lighter brown for their pouches, but where these guys are scouts, I've gone darker. Loads and loads of straps, loads and loads of belts on these guys. So just carefully go and pick them all out. Nice thin coats. See, we go over some bits a couple of times. That gives us some shading. So out comes Balthazar Gold. All of the they're all carrying shells and things like the hilt to the sword. All get picked out in gold. And a bit of a tidy up with Thondia Brown. And tidying up some of the metalwork. Right. Because the plasma weapons on the tactical squad were done in blue, I'm going to keep all the power weapons in blue. That'll give a nice spot colour. Obviously, if I was going for darker bases, I'd go for green, because green would stand out against the red, but we'll go blue. Picking out all the grenades in Warpstone Glow. Then mixing into Thondir Brown, we got some Rakarth flesh. That gives us a nice highlight for all the leather straps. I'm basically doing anything given the blades time to dry. Pick out, there's some of them got little ropes, so I picked them out in Rakarth. And while it's open, we add in some of the blue, and we're just gonna keeping it really neat, just going up the edges, and just keep adding more and more Rakarth flesh till it, just to lighten the edge and lighten the edge and lighten the edge. It's not crazy complicated, but looks good. Balthazar. So we're just going in tidying up now. As we can see, just a few bits and pieces. Now the rest of the squad will all be done identically, but yeah, we're already quite a long video. We're going to follow up with Warboss Green WoW Flash Oil for all the bases, and then flocking as per the rest of the squad, the rest of the army. As always, thanks for watching, and have fun.